Enhance your experience by becoming a supporting member. Gain access to unseen videos and video requests. 3-day free trial by visiting zionmembership.com. Chosen ones, empaths. The narcissist involved in your life wants to be wanted. They want to be needed. They want your validation. They can't tolerate not being wanted, not being needed. And you see, the thing with the narcissist that was involved in your life is they overplayed their hand, right? And what I mean by they overplayed their hand is you may have, well, for a particular time, perhaps if you were discarded or reverse discarded, you know, you may have felt like rejected, hurt, betrayed, and you may have desired to actually reconcile the relationship. They may have had you in that space of mind for a period of time. Maybe not all of you. Some of you were strong-minded. Some of you, as soon as you saw the toxicity coming off of this narcissist, some of you cut them off in a heartbeat, right? And I take my hat off to you for those of you that done that. But there's many survivors of narcissistic abuse that for a particular time, they still wanted to fix things. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't blame yourself. That's the savior empath streak in you. That's the fixer. That's what empaths do. They like to fix things. You know, put something broken in front of an empath will fix it. And I'm not talking about mechanical devices here, but, you know, maybe even those too. But, you know, empaths like to put things back together, right? They like things in a harmonious state. They like their frequency aligning right. They don't want it, you know, discombobulated and, you know, all over the place. They like to repair things. And, you know, this is why I said that the narcissist overplayed their hand, because a lot of the narcissists knew this about you. They study you like a PhD. They study you like a degree, right? For as long as they were around you, they studied your temperament. God, they even check your temperament after. I'll go into that soon with the Hoovers, but, you know, the temperament checkers, like I always say with the Hoovers, but they checked your temperament. They assessed you constantly during your interactions, during times that they may have gave you momentary silent treatment, might have ghosted you for a few days, things of that nature. They assessed you, and they saw you had a more of a necessity to fix and repair the situation, right? So this is why they overplayed their hand, because if they discarded you, for instance, right, or reverse discarded you, they thought that you would stay in that state of mind. They don't see beyond their stupid vision, right? They thought you'd stay stuck like that. Like you wouldn't ascend, like you wouldn't grow, like you wouldn't develop, right? But God's got a better plan for you, you know what I'm saying? The universe, God, whatever you believe in, whatever your belief system is, has a better plan for you. And that plan was for you to go through this experience and for you to be at this point where you're most likely at now, or at least some of the way there, you know. You've clicked this video for a reason, and the title of this video is You Don't Want Them Back and They Hate It, right? So a lot of you must be at that place right now. That's a great place to be. You should be proud of getting to that place, right? Because there's many survivors around the world that don't get to that place. There's many survivors around the world that don't even know they're survivors of narcissistic abuse, right? They don't even know they've gone through that ordeal. They don't even realize. But you've awakened. You've awakened to you're an empath. You've awakened that you're chosen to be an empath, right? Look, the narcissist can't tolerate you not wanting them. They absolutely can't fathom it. They don't understand it. Because Of course they don't get it, because you showed them that side of you. You opened up to this narcissist involved in your life. You opened up, you were vulnerable, you were truthful, you were transparent, you were honest, you were kind, you were loving, and you showed them that side of you. But they weren't ready for this side when you totally door slam, bolt and weld it shut. They weren't ready for that. When a chosen one or empath door slams a narcissist, it's game over. There's no coming back, right? There's no, it's beyond repair, right? It's game over, right? And for those of you that have shut a narcissist out of your life, maybe temporarily, and then you let them back in, that's because God wasn't ready for you to actually enforce that real final door slam, right? And don't blame yourself, because if you forgave them before and you let them back into your life, maybe a few times if this occurred, that's okay. It's understandable. You're a good person. Don't blame yourself. But where you're at now, or at least I hope that you are, is you're at that point when you don't want them back. And, you know, maybe the narcissist has reached out of Hoovers, maybe they haven't, but for sure they've been keeping track of you. 100% certain they've been keeping track of you. And just as I said in the earlier segment, that they study you like a PhD, they study you like a degree, and they assess you and they check your temperament. They run an analysis from a distance, right? Either prodding around and poking around in your social media, or finding out from associates, close friends of yours, associates, colleagues, I don't know, anyone, someone who has some relation to you, they will try and find out information from. And if they don't have either option, like you're not on social media, or they don't have someone they can find out from, then they're left with their own imagination, and that runs wild, right? That drives them insane, because they've got no access to even to let off any steam, you know? Narcissists are weirdos. You just got to envision them, what they're like, you know? Picture the narcissist that was involved in your life, you know, behind a computer screen or a phone screen, frantically scrolling through your new posts, right? Or imagine them in a conversation with someone that you know, finding out information about you, and they're finding out information that you're doing well, and you know, you got a promotion at work, or you're succeeding in life and you're doing well, you know. They're pissed, they're resentful, they're angry, they're bitter, they're twisted, right? But look, they overplayed their hand. You know, the thing is about the narcissist that was involved in your life is there was most likely a lot of you, not all of you, but, you know, maybe the majority of you, there was a period of time that if the narcissist tried to enter back in your life, you would have accepted it. But they didn't. They were stubborn. They wanted to go off with new supplies. They wanted to leave you as a thing of the past, treat you like you was nothing, right? But that doesn't last forever, you know? You laugh last. You laugh last. Because during those times when you may have actually wanted to be back in a relationship with them, or whatever type of relationship this is, friendship, family member, colleague, romantic partner, associate, it's all the same, right? When you actually wanted to be back in contact with them, they were denying you that, right? They were denying you that. They might have blocked you, they might have cut you off, ghosted you, done whatever. And that left you to your own devices. And that was what was needed. You see, that rejection that you get from someone, it's divine intervention at its best. You know, I'm just going to go off topic here, but like, for instance, if you go for a job and you're rejected from that job, there's a higher calling and a higher reason through divine intervention why you've been turned away from that job. It's not because of your CV. I'm not sure what you call that in the States, but like, you know, your job history, you know, curriculum vitae, I think it's called, CV. I don't know what you call it in the States or around the world, but, you know, your job application, right? It's not because of your job application. It's because that place is not meant for you. And the same rules apply with people. When someone shuts you out of their life, or someone rejects you, or someone hurts you, and is kind of leading you into another direction, this is God's will. This is the universe's divine intervention at its best, keeping you away from places that you do not need to be there, where you do not need to be. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help your brother out. It'll take 2 seconds of your time. Thank you. But this is what I'm saying, like, whether it's a job, you know, whatever it is, when you know, you could put as much energy as you like at the time, you could have put as much energy that you wanted to into trying to reconcile with this narcissist after they discarded you or reverse discarded you, right? Or, you know, and they didn't want to hear it. God or the universe causes them to be blinded, right? They're blinded. Not literally blind, but metaphorically speaking, they become blinded. They don't see the light. They don't see correctly. So they continue on rejecting you or not wanting to hear you out or not letting you speak, right? And they go on their journey. And this is literally karma, God's will, divine intervention, whatever you want to call it. There's something like a force, right, that's causing this to happen. It's causing them to go away. And it's causing you to go in another direction. Them go west, you go east, vice versa. You go east, they go west. It's causing a separation. And this separation is the perfect thing, right? Because you then go on your journey. You go on your journey of analyzing what happened. You go through introspection. You start healing your wounds. You know, you start collecting yourself together. And you eventually ascend to the point. Some of you, as I said, some of you straight away knew from the instant, from the jump. You knew. You just said, nah, I know what they're about. And you dusted your hands with them and you were done. And, you know, if you had discernment, your discernment was at an all-time high, right? But for some of you, it was a gradual process. And you had to go through the healing, go through the hurt, go through the pain, and eventually come to this place of understanding that you do not want them back, right? And you've reached that place now. Or you're well on your way to reaching that place. And you're clicking on videos like this and other videos alike. And you're educating yourself. And you're starting to come to an understanding that you realize that you do not want this parasite back in your life, right? And this is absolutely infuriating for the narcissist. You've got to understand that there's things called soul ties, right? And soul ties are not just from romantic relationships, right? Soul ties can be in friendships, family members, etc., right? There's something that connects your soul to their soul, right? Call it energy, whatever you want to call it. There's something in the spiritual realm that connects souls together, right? Really, realistically, from a grand, higher scheme of things, from a broader perspective, from a bird's eye view, we're all interconnected, realistically, as human beings. But special, like relationships and friendships, there'll be certain soul ties that are attached to them things. And this is why when you start to get to a point and an understanding that you don't want them back, they can feel it in their spirit. Believe it or not, but they can feel it. They sense something's off. And then when they've, you know, it could just be a slight thought that they get one day. And they think, and then they'll get inquisitive and they'll look on your social media. And then say it was a romantic partner, for instance, then you've moved on with someone new. And then they check on your social media and then they see you've moved on with someone new. And then they're like pulling their hair out. Or even you may not have moved on with someone new. You might have just gone to the beach for the weekend and you posted a photo at the beach, right? And that will still drive them insane because they're seeing you in your best form. They're seeing you healing, right? Or they find out from an acquaintance of yours that you're doing well. You know, you're not curled up in a corner crying your heart out still. You've overcome that. You've broke through the days when you didn't eat and didn't sleep, and you know, when you were struggling to get through the day. You've overcome those hurdles, right? The narcissist is delusional. They thought you were going to stay in that state and you didn't. You've proved them wrong, right? You've proved yourself. You've proved to yourself that these are meaningless, right? I'm not doubting that you went through pain. I'm not doubting that you went through hurt, right? I'm not doubting that at all. But you see, through that pain and through that hurt, you actually become a better version of yourself. It's inevitable. You become a better version, more switched on, more alert, right? More prepared for life, more prepared for letting future people in your life. Sorry, my chest. But you become more prepared for the future by this occurrence that happened between you and the narcissist involved in your life. Now, I know some of you have wasted decades, and I won't call it waste. That was an error of my words. It's not wasted time, right? It was the way that your life was assigned, right? It's not wasted time. It's the way that your life was assigned to be. And you have garnered tremendous amounts of knowledge through the process, right? As a victim of abuse, as a survivor of abuse, you have learned so many lessons and so much knowledge. And there's so much knowledge that you may not even be aware, like it's beyond your comprehension at the moment, but you will, the more you unpack it, the more you go on the healing journey, you'll ascend at rates that you're not prepared, like you don't realize you're prepared for. And you'll develop and you'll heal, right? So don't worry about it. It's not wasted time. These narcissists, it's just a shame that they exist in the world, because if there was a world full of empaths, the world would be, factually speaking now, the world would be a decent place. You know? A world of empaths would be a decent place. And that gives me an idea for another video. I'll just write it down. Honestly speaking, a world of empaths would be a better place. Sorry about that. Just have to take a note. But look, you don't want them back now. They hate it. They're pissed. They're angry. They're bitter. They're resentful. They want to feel validated. They want to feel wanted. They want to feel needed. In their minds, it's like, how dare you? That's what they think about you. How dare you get over them? How dare you move on with your life? How dare you stop crying and stop being hurt? You know? They thought your life would stop and come to a halt. And by your life not stopping and coming to a halt, you know, because they don't stop time, you know, through time, as I always say, time don't heal nothing, you know. Time don't heal nothing. For anyone that tells you time heals, it's lies. Time doesn't heal. Through time, you learn how to deal with the hardships that you've gone through, the pain that you've gone through, the hurt that you've gone through. Through time, you learn to deal with it, right? Because it's God shaping you and molding you, or the universe shaping you and molding you to become the new version 2.0, more resilient, more steadfast, more strong, more sturdy. It's preparing you, making you unwavering. You don't want them back. And, or at least majority of you don't want them back. And maybe some of you are still in split minds. But look, you're on the right path. You know? If you're still a bit indecisive, not sure which word it is. You know what I mean? If you're still a bit indecisive or undecisive, that's because you're a bit confused. You've been through abuse. So it's understanding. But this narcissist involved in your life is no good for you, right? And the moment that you actually get to the point, the real point of actually not wanting them back, you'll probably hear from them. They'll probably hoover you, right? They can feel it in their spirit when you don't want them back. As I said, everything's connected with soul ties. And this isn't just romantic relationships I'm talking about, right? When you don't want nothing to do with someone and you cut them out your heart, mind, and soul, and you don't want nothing to do with no one, it's breaking the soul tie. And they feel the energy shift, right? So it's a good place to be. It's a beautiful place to be. Get into that point. Get into that position, right? They're pissed. A narcissist will be seriously pissed off, right? Sorry for my language, but they will be. It's the only way I can define it. They're seriously pissed off by you not wanting them. Because for how long did you want them? For how long did you try? All through the relationship, you tried and you tried and you tried. You tried to repair things. You tried to make things work. You constantly appeasing them, you know? Stepping around carefully, walking on eggshells, right? And just on the note of walking on eggshells, like I always say, don't think it was just you walking on eggshells. The narcissist was walking on eggshells too, because they was hiding from you the true reality of who they are. You know? From the moment you met the narcissist involved in your life, or you become entangled with the narcissist involved in your life, they was walking on eggshells around you the whole time, pretending to be something they're not, pretending to be kind. Really, they're a deviant. They're a liar. They're horrible. Pretending to be nice. Really, they're nasty. Pretending to be loving. Really, they're bitter and twisted. They don't know what love is. You know, they was constantly walking on eggshells around you, especially the coverts, acting like they were something they weren't the whole fucking time they were doing this. The narcissist involved in your life. So they was walking on eggshells. So don't ever think it was just you walking on eggshells, right? You know, you was just trying to keep it calm and peaceful and in serenity. You was just trying to get through the day, you know, having to walk on eggshells, you know, because they're moany, they're moany, they're boring, they're irritable, they're just weirdos. But look, back to the topic at hand. You're irritating them, that spirit. You're irritating them to their core by you not wanting them back, and they hate it. You know, they really thought that you would stay in a position wanting them back, and it's really a beautiful thing that you've actually come to this position that you're at now, and you've seen through the veil. You've seen through the veil, and you don't want this parasite, dusty weirdo back in your life, right? The best place to be. It's the most best place to be, right? And it's not over yet. You still got work to do. You still got healing to do. You still got wounds to attend to. Remember that. And this is this whole experience, right? From them discarding you, reverse discarding you, ghosting you, cutting you out of their life, was all perfectly orchestrated by God or the universe, however you want to look at it. It was for your life's improvement. Like I said, when someone, like a job rejects you, or, you know, you're not accepted in a job, or you're not accepted in a university, or you're not accepted in, like, you're rejected of some kind, it's actually God or the universe working behind the scenes, however you want to look at it, preventing you from going down paths that you do not need to go down, roads that you do not need to go down, people you do not need to affiliate with. This is what it was all about, right? You're protected, you're highly guarded, you're highly protected, right? You're highly favored. As chosen ones and empaths, you're highly favored. And like I said, I will go into a video on that. If there was a world full of empaths, it would be a better world that we live in. But it's a shame that there's so many toxic creatures in this world too, right? It's a shame that there is. But like I say, empaths, you're from a tribe, and you've awakened to who you truly are now. Not through the encounter with the narcissist that was involved in your life. Yes, you awakened, but All thanks and all praise is due to the universe, to God, however you want to look at it, whatever your belief system is, from a higher force, caused you to awaken to the potential that you're at now, right? So don't worry about nothing. Don't worry about nothing. You know, no matter how many years it took for you to awaken to the parasite that was involved in your life. Some of you, like I said, was involved with them for decades. And, you know, you're a good-natured person. You tried your best. You tried your utmost. And like I said, they checked your temperament. They knew you liked to fix things. And that's why they presented the impossible in front of you. You know, ghosting you. You know, breaking your trust, betraying you. Because they checked your temperament. They saw that you would be like you want to fix something, like you want to fix it. They saw that in you from a long time ago. They knew that you're like that. But you don't want to fix this no more. And that's a beautiful place to be. You don't want to fix this shit no more. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to rectify. There's nothing to reconcile. You don't need to communicate with them. If you've got children with them, and I should have probably said this earlier on in the segment, if you do have children with the narcissist involved in your life, look into parallel parenting, like I always say, and grey rock them. By grey rocking a narcissist, anytime they talk about anything other than the well-being of your children, grey rock them and perfect it. Practice it. You got time to practice it. Get better and better at grey rocking them. That's just as powerful as going full no contact and never speaking to them again. You know? Because they damn well know that the only reason why you're even conversing with them in the first place is because you have children together. Right? So it's just as powerful. It makes them feel worthless. Right? So that's what you can do. But, and if you do have young children, then parallel parenting is perfect because they can't be calling up your phone. They can't be turning up to your house. You can be communicating via an app where it's monitored, I believe. So I'm not that well versed on it, but I believe it's monitored as well. The app that you communicate through. So they can't be chatting rubbish to you, you know, like unnecessary rubbish and hoovers and stuff like that. They can't be doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just strictly about the children. So, you know, you don't want them back now. And this is a brutal blow. You know, I probably didn't emphasize enough how brutal a blow it really is for the narcissist involved in your life by you not wanting them back. It's really catastrophic, you know, because they never let go. The narcissist involved in your life never lets go. They never let go from, you know, the day they discarded you or reverse discarded you. They never let go, you know. They're like soul collectors, right? They go around and collect souls, you know, and they like to keep souls. Like I said to you, narcissists involved in your life will keep trinkets. They'll keep belongings of yours. I've seen it in the comment section. Narcissists involved in your life will keep trinkets like murderers or mass murderers or whatever. Keeping trinkets of their victims. This is what narcissists involved in your life will do. They're weirdos, right? They're deranged. Seriously messed up, seriously bitter and twisted. And, you know, all they've got is these trinkets of yours if they've done that to you, and the memory of everything that you've done for them. And they know that you was one of a kind. They know you were special. They knew you were that. They never gave you your props. They never paid you your dues during the time that you were with them. They never valued you during the time you're with them, and they'll be left to suffer the consequences of that now, right? Because you're only heading to better places. Your journey now, you're only heading to better places from now on, all right? You're on the healing journey. It will get better with time. Through time, you learn how to deal with it. It's going to get easier. You're already at the point now clicking on videos like this saying you don't want them back and they hate it. So it seems to me that you're in a good place already, you know? You should be proud of how far you've come and how you've overcome this hurt and this pain. And you're prepared for this healing journey and you're taking it seriously, right? Always take the healing journey serious. It's vital. It's a must. Attend to the wounds that need to be needed. And just know that by you getting better and treating yourself like a guest and treating yourself well and doing things nice for yourself and prioritizing yourself first. This absolutely infuriates the narcissist because they're not center of attention. You're not validating them. You don't give a shit about them, and they're out of your life for good. They're pissed, right? Don't ever let them confuse you if they're, plastering new supplies on their social media or telling everyone that they're living the best life, or all this crap. Narcissists that are involved in your life are pathological liars, compulsive liars. They lie through their teeth. The inside of a narcissist, to their core, they're very vulnerable, they're very weak, right? That's what they are. And they don't share the true nature of what they are to the world. They share and glorify all of the bullshit, right? They lie through their teeth, so don't believe none of it, right? You don't want them back. That's the main thing. And make sure that you do not even engage in conversations with them about a future between you and them, about repairing a romantic relationship, about repairing a friendship, a family member, colleague, associate, whatever type of relationship this is what you was involved in with a narcissist. Make sure you don't even get on speaking terms about repairing that kind of relationship. Leave them in the past. Leave them gone. You've got better things coming your way. And it was a sign from God. And God or the universe was guiding you away from this parasite. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can find the link in the description box. And if you'd like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find the link in the description box. Currently, I've got the secondary channel, the spiritual channel. Enhance your experience by becoming a supporting member. Gain access to unseen videos and video requests. 3-day free trial by visiting ZionMembership.com. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.